Bob in Homeworth, Ohio. Hey, Bob, thanks for watching Free Speech TV. What's on your mind today?
Hey, Tom, this is to give you food for thought, all right? Give you some fuel. All right. You talk about about the identity, driver's license.
Right, voter suppression.
Okay. Now, Ohio, I think they've repealed it. But the whole point of it is here's a fact. I want to get my driver's license.
Where?
All right?
What state?
August 24th, Ohio.
Okay.
Okay. Went to get my driver's license, and it was blocked. From New Jersey. New Jersey blocked it because they got something from Connecticut they blocked it with. All right. The whole point of this is it a simple thing like that? I've never been to Connecticut. I have never been to New Jersey. All right?
Right.
I'm 76 years old, and I'm a registered Democrat.
Oh,
right?
well, that's why you got blocked.
That's the thing.
Somebody
What
bought a
I'm saying,
list.
These guys they come on the air and they say, well, you got to have identity to do this. The whole thing is the fact that you do have to have the identity. They can do something like this. Now, they give me a number to call. All right? That was on August 24th. They give me a number to call. I called that number in New Jersey. New Jersey give us a number to call in Connecticut. Connecticut, what we got a hold of was a recording. The recording stated, we'll be back to you within 5 to 7 work days. Now, this is the 7th work day, and they haven't got back to me yet. Now, what if I'd gotten that license renewed in October?
Yeah.
And they did this to me.
Right.
It was a simple thing to do.
You'd have no ID to vote with.
Right. I'd have no ID to vote for. I mean, it's simple.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is, okay, after it's over,
and you're
talking. Get a driver's license.
Now, let me get this straight. You're talking about renewing an Ohio driver's license? You already have an Ohio driver's license?
Yes, I already have
and all you want to do is renew it?
And all I want to do is renew it, and they blocked it.
But you're 74 years old, so you fall into the demographic that is probable Democratic voters because you're probably on Social Security and Medicare, and you and may well be a veteran of that age of World War II.
I am a veteran.
And that so somebody in Connecticut, some group in Connecticut,
somebody in New Jersey picked it up.
Was it the state of New Jersey?
Yeah, New Jersey picked it up and blocked it.
That's Chris Christie territory.
Right.
So why is
that's Christie's territory.
Why is Chris Christie telling Ohio to tell you not to be able to vote? Well,
that's the thing. Why didn't Connecticut didn't block it?
What office in Connecticut was it that you called?
Huh?
What office was it in Connecticut you called? It was the Secretary of State's office?
I don't know. It was just a number they gave us. And it wasn't even an office. It was recording. And they still haven't got back to me.
That is absolutely bizarre. And in the number that you called New Jersey, was it a company or was it a state office or what? Who was it?
It was a state office in New Jersey. I got a hold of somebody, but they gave me a number to call in Connecticut. In Connecticut, I'm on a recording, waiting to get the reply.
Amazing.
And the thing about it is, I don't know. I'm gonna go to Sharon Brown.
Yeah, I would call Sherrod Brown's office right away and tell him the story. And I would also go to moveon.org and let them know your story as well.
Because this shows these guys exactly what they can do to keep you from getting the vote.
Right.
Getting out there just by a simple little boom.
Yeah, if you want to get an investigative reporter on this thing, you might want to go over to thinkprogress.org. And look at some of their blogs. Look at which of their reporters are doing election stuff, and send an email to that person with your story too. Just a very short one with your contact information.
This shows an example of what they can do.
Yeah, that's
what they can do.
That is really remarkable, Bob.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thanks for calling and sharing your story with us.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
I just had to give you some fuel.
Yeah,
because I'm tired of these guys calling up and they say, well, you got to have identity. But the whole point of it isn't for the identity. It's the have a way of preventing you from getting it.
Yeah.
Just some
Bob,
simple
Bob,
things.
do you mind if I put you on hold and ask Paul to get your contact information, and I'll put you in touch? I'll put a good reporter in touch with you.
Yeah, okay.
I will take care of this for you, Bob.
Okay,
Just let me put you on hold here, and Paul's going to pick you up in just a second, and he'll get your information. This sounds really interesting. It might lead someplace.